Hey guys, it's Jag Adventure here, and just recently, Nintendo have brought out a few new games onto the Super Nintendo Virtual Console, and one of those is Panel Depon. It's a Japanese exclusive. When I was a kid growing up, there was a similar game called Tetris Attack that was also on the Super Nintendo, and that was just the PAL version. It's pretty much like this except without the different characters. The Tetris Attack had it was based on Yoshi's Island, like from Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, that also was on the Super Nintendo. Now, what we're playing here is this is the super hard mode, this is pretty much the same as the one in Tetris Attack. There are 12 stages. The thing is that there's all the characters are different, all the opponents are different. This is the Sky theme, and I believe the Tetris Attack version is Lakitu. Now, when I first started playing, I was a little bit camera shy because it's my first time ever recorded playing, on camera, and the setup I have right now um, is quite amateurish. I just set up my iPhone onto a tripod and just recorded the footage of me playing. I don't have a capture card, at least yet. So at the moment, this is what I'm doing to record my footage. So I've been playing, as I said before, I've been playing Tetris Attack or Puzzle League, as was Pokémon Puzzle League, something similar that came out on the Nintendo 64, also about 20 years ago, very similar. Obviously, Pokemon characters instead of Yoshi and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm playing here right now. Like, when I first started playing, I wasn't that great. I continuously got better and better. I worked on improving my chains and my combos. So as you probably just saw, that chain was when I managed to let blocks blocks. I clear some blocks, and then some underneath it, they drop onto another one, clearing another three. As you can see, I'm doing another chain right now, and I managed to do four. So throughout these courses, I my best strategy is to just try and do as many chains as possible, in a row. Try and get the biggest garbage block to send to the opponent, because when they have trouble, they're gonna have a hard time clearing it. Only the bottom layer, it gets turned into blocks if it's a really thick block. So I mean, I pretty much find this mode like still pretty easy for me, you know. Now when I played Pokemon Puzzle League, I found that to be much more enjoyable and much more of a challenge, which I really liked. And even though this particular game only has 4 different difficulties, which is easy, normal, hard, and super hard, Pokemon Puzzle League had 5, which was easy, normal, hard, very hard, and super hard. And super hard was the one that I had some fun, and so it was really challenging playing, you know, because the thing is that the computers are slightly different in this game compared to Pokemon Puzzle League, and that is that when the opponent is clearing a block, when clearing a garbage block, usually they stand still and wait for it to clear. But in Pokemon Puzzle League, they're actually moving the blocks around so that when the blocks from the garbage blocks fall, it'll land and create another chain, and with that, it can clear the garbage block above it. So even though I don't have Pokemon Puzzle League anymore because I don't have an N64 anymore, unfortunately, and I don't know if it's on the I'm not sure it's on the Virtual Console on the Wii or the Wii U or whatever, but I really miss that game. I know a friend of mine has that game, the actual cartridge and everything, so that was quite fun to play. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm still playing this. There are some times where it's gets quite difficult. Like, it's not often I get a chain as far as like 12 or 13, you know. Those are the quite challenging ones, you know. And if I can get the opponent to be trapped just like that, then that's great, you know. Then I'll clear it quickly. So as I said before, I don't know if I said this before, but there are 12 opponents. Um, there's the first nine, or was it the first eight, are like you're versing your friends. They're captured or something, and the last four are like the big four bosses or something. In the Tetris Attack, I believe you had a Lakitu, you had a I can't remember the penguin's name. There was the Flutter, that butterfly caterpillar thingo. There was the frog. There was the Blarg, the big red monster thing. Um, there was another. There was like another penguin. I think it was Raphael the Oh, it was a raven. Raphael the raven. That's right. And then there was that fish that swallowed you. Yeah, that was in the Tetris Attack. But since this is like the first time I've played Panel de Pon, all the first eight characters are basically just girls, really. The last four are just like monsters. They're not really monsters. Oh, they're kind of like they're like monsters or just kind of like demons or deities or something like that. So you'll see that in a sec. So yeah. I would have liked it if they had the same difficulty as Puzzle League, but I mean, what can you expect from a game that's like 25 years old? This game, I still enjoyed though. I will eventually. What I plan to do in the future is that I want to record myself trying to beat this mode as fast as possible. Currently, this is just like a test run. I'm just gonna have it up on YouTube. Yeah. I'll also want to record myself doing the clear mode, the clear line, where you got to just play the game normally, right? But you got to like you got to clear the blocks underneath a certain line in order to pass the stage. And there are like there's like 30 different levels and like six different characters or chapters or something like that. No, is it six? Yeah, six with five or six different levels with them, and then there's like the mini boss, and there's like a main boss at the end. You know, so oh, and there's also like a puzzle. There's also like a puzzle mode as well, where you have levels where you gotta clear these blocks with a limited amount of moves, and you'll advance to the next stage. That's something that's, I mean, it's quite easy for the first three or four chapters, because there's like 10 levels per chapter. But like in World 5 and the last world, which is World 6, it gets pretty hard. Even I have troubles with solving those. Yeah. So I believe we're up to the last of my friends that I gotta save. So after each stage, the opponent gets progressively quicker and quicker. At about stage 8 or stage 9, they actually start to outspeed me, which like is not too bad, because obviously at the last stage they move really quickly, which I think is humanly impossible. I'm not entirely sure, unless you're really quick with your buttons and your button mashing and stuff like that. But apart from that, like, they move really quickly. And I'm using just the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons to control the game, you know. And the buttons, I use the buttons, I don't use the joystick. I find the buttons easier to use. The only thing is that it's slightly different to using an actual D-pad from the Super Nintendo controller, because you can just rest your thumb in the middle and kind of roll it up and down, left and right whenever you need to. But with the Joy-Cons, there's not that, so you got to really be dexterous and press the buttons quickly, and yeah. I think at this level I started to get kind of nervous because I usually have a really good, easy time beating these guys. But because it's my first time recording, like, feel nervous and stuff like that. So, as you saw then, I arranged the blocks in a way that so when they dropped, they would form, you can get a chain and another combo, which will also help clear the blocks above it. That's another way that you can also get really good, very high chains. I think theoretically the highest chain you can get is 24, only because, I mean, if you have a full screen of blocks and you don't get a game over, you theoretically could get a times 24 chain. Because there are 12 rows and 6 columns. So, and if you can clear a minimum of 3, I think that equals to 24 lines. 24 times 24. Now this is the first of the 4 main bosses. In the Tetris Attack version, I believe this would be a the Koopa. I can't remember his name. It's like Hook-Billed Koopa or something like that. Now I can't remember if like I had an easy time with this guy. As you can probably tell, or I should have maybe said before that, when I'm speaking, this is all post recorded. So I'm not talking and playing. I was going to, but I don't know if that was just going to help me concentrate. Would have, yeah. So I did clear this guy quickly. Next guy is a dragon, which I believe would have been the Naval Piranha. In the Puzzle League version, I think there's about 15 opponents, or 16. If you haven't played that game yet, then I won't spoil it for you who the last boss is in the very hard mode. But because it's quite an old game, it's based pretty much on Gen 1 and a bit of Gen 2. So maybe from that you can probably have a tell who the last boss would be. They also have a new gimmick that was like they introduced 3D, or the cylinder, which was quite a different take on how to play the game. Because like this, basically the whole screen wraps around itself, so it's quite interesting. You can have some really high chains if you know what you're doing. I think I managed to get as high as 40 before. Look at me go. I think I was a 13 here. Well, he went down pretty easy. Now, this guy's supposed to be the original Kamek, but he uses Bowser's music. When I first played this, I thought this guy was the last boss because he had the same music as Bowser. But once I defeat him, you'll see who the final boss of this game is. Now this looks like some sort of goddess, a goddess or something. See, I don't know if she's supposed to be a good guy or a bad guy, based on, like, because I can't read Japanese. I don't know what she is saying in the dialogue, but I don't know if she's supposed to be like someone that you're against or someone that's like a champion, basically. So I gave her I think it was a 12 times block, which is quite a thick block. She'll take a while to clear it, but I don't think she clears it fully. I think she gets stuck around once it's reached 5 rows left. Now, as you probably saw there, my cursor wanted to go up for a while, and that was the problem with my Nintendo Switch Joy-Con joystick, right? Because I've had my Nintendo Switch since from day one, the I think it's like the rubber or the elasticity in the joystick has started wearing off or something like that. Anyways, so that's the end of the game, I believe. Now I don't know if this is someone that turns into a good person or not. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the way the colors the colors suggest that she's not so bad, but I don't know. I mean, so yeah, this is the end of the game. I restored peace to the land. You can see like the evil face is gone from the mountain. And that little flower or whatever has blossomed. Now, I don't know who this woman is, but I think she's like the goddess that has asked you to save the day or something. So yeah, that is the versus mode of Panel de Pon. Yeah, if you liked this video, feel free to leave a like. So if you want to subscribe, that'll be cool too. I will try to post some more video game footage of other kinds of games. I am looking forward to getting the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition that comes out, I think, next week. And I'll also work on some more piano covers as well. Alright, cool. Well, have a good day, guys, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.